Welcome to this third and final segment on sentence structure, where we will discuss various ways of revising your sentence structure effectively. Language is in many ways comparable to music. If we read the following paragraph, there is one positive result of the rising crime rate. This has been the growth of neighborhood crime prevention programs. These programs really work. They teach citizens to patrol their neighborhoods. They teach citizens to work with the police. They have dramatically reduced crime in cities and towns across the country. The idea is catching on. We can hear that there is almost a staccato-like quality to the reading, and that there is a lot of unnecessary repetition. Both of these factors run the risk of annoying your prospective reader, especially if this paragraph is representative for your text as a whole. If we instead reorganize the same material slightly into one cause of the falling crime rate in some cities is the growth of neighborhood crime prevention programs. These programs really work. By patrolling their neighborhoods and working with the police, citizens have shown that they can dramatically reduce crime. The idea is catching on. The text flows much better and the information is easier to access. When combining clauses on various levels in sentences, it is important to avoid faulty parallelisms. What, if anything, is the problem in the following sentence? Here, two clauses have been combined without having been coordinated properly grammatically. Writing and to read. And clauses joined by and, but, and or require the same grammatical construction. In this particular case, the problem is even a bit more serious than simple coordination, as the separate clauses should read: the students learned a lot from writing several drafts of the paper, and the students learned from reading their final version aloud to the rest of the class. The use of the to plus infinitive form of the verb is not a viable grammatical construction in either case. To avoid sentence structure repetition, there are many ways in which you can revise your text. The important thing to note here is that we are not looking at grammatical errors, but rather ways of altering the text to create variation. One way to do this is rearranging word order, as in the following two examples. Moving an adverb or an adverbial clause can be a good way to avoid sentence structure repetition, as long as you make sure that the new position does not change the meaning of the sentence. In order to avoid too many short sentences in the text, you can combine them in a variety of ways. One way is with the use of conjunctions, as can be seen in the following example, where two sentences are turned into one. Since the two sentences share the same subject, the nurse, we can also practice language economy and save the reader from one needless repetition of this word. The use of an in clause is another way to connect two clauses. Here it is important to pay attention to the relation between the two actions, and also to make sure that the in clause is not left dangling or attached to the wrong sentence component. We can also use an ed clause to connect the two clauses, as in this case. As in the case with the in clauses, it is important to make sure that the ed clause is not left dangling or attached to the wrong component in the main clause. Another way of combining clauses is called apposition. Here, information that is interchangeable is simply placed within commas next to the relevant subject or non-subject. In addition, relative clauses, which we deal with in detail in another segment, can also be used to combine clauses, as in this case. Thank you for watching this third and final segment on sentence structure.